Ancient expansion is about connecting with the ancient sites, ley lines, the earth portals, share with like-minded souls, celebrating life, and to bring unity between the cosmic worlds, Mother Earth, and humanity. Welcome to Ancient Expansion. I'm Talia.
I'm Susie.
I'm Chris.
Welcome to our channel. So we're just going to be doing a little video about our integration for the last year and what's got us to this point. So Chris, should we start with you? How has your last year been with the Stone Circles?
It's been a very interesting adventure that we've all been on, and from my personal experience, it was not what I was expecting, the slightest. It's been full of roller coaster of good emotions, lows, tough challenges, and then getting through all of it to get to the abundance has been magical.
What's been your favourite Stone Circle so far?
My favourite Stone Circle has to be this one at Avesbury. When we entered ceremony here on this stone and the one just next to it, purely because of the beings that came through, and how they're allowing us to work on each other energetically. Just seeing that kind of proved a lot about the matrix that we live in and pushing ourselves beyond the limits that we get taught to limit our minds and expectations. So from that experience, that unraveled a lot. I knew straight away that, okay, there's a lot more now and I'm ready to see it. I welcomed it in. I surrendered to all the little voices in my head saying, this can't be true, this can't be right, it's a bit crazy. But it was a beautiful experience, and it lasted all night, didn't it?
It really did.
This is all we could hear all night.
So much clearing, energetically clearing so much. Yeah. But yeah, it was really beautiful.
Yeah. And what's been the toughest challenge for you, energetically?
The toughest challenge has to be, so when we integrate with the stones and we normally received upgrades along the way, when we go back home, it was working with that energy, and obviously it brings everything up to the surface. Things that I wasn't ready to work on, things that are in the shadows, programs that you thought you sorted out, but you need to work on it more because there's always a little bit more you can achieve. So just being uncomfortable with energies that you didn't want to sit with, and often this happens a lot with me because you kind of want to know about all the mysteries and the teachings, the wisdom, but obviously if we don't sort out our own distortions, then we can't bring none of that in because we don't have enough room. So that's been a big challenge, but I've loved every second of it now that we're on the other side.
Yeah. Susie, what about you? How have you found the last year?
How have I found it? Oh God, I could be here for days talking about that. It's definitely a lot more, it's gone a lot deeper than what I ever thought it was going to be. I actually feel that it's a remembering. I feel the lifetimes and timelines that we've done this before.
Yeah.
Yes.
It feels like a remembering, coming to these sacred sites. It feels like there's been activations, there's been coding, but there's been clearing as well, not just this timeline, but many timelines prior to this. The expansion, the talking stones at Dudo blew me away because they were all so specific, the way that the messages that they brought to you.
Yeah, they were.
At each site, how the energy is different at each site, and it's never the same, is it?
Never the same.
No. The energy is completely different at each one, but just the growth, the expansion, the laughter as well. We know when we've had a really big shift, because me and Talia look at each other afterwards and it's like, good luck. This is going to be about right one, getting this one, integrating this one, good luck, love. Yeah. See you on the other side. And you just about recover from the last one and it's back in into another month, but it's beautiful. It's an acceleration of healing, tapping into your potential, because it's about unlocking everything that we've been, you know, the belief systems, the structures, how you should live your life, all of this, the pressure of society and everything else that comes with it, and the ones that we create as well, when really none of it's really real. And so it's the breaking down of all of that. And so what I love about it is that our ancestors came here, the energy of the land, connecting to that energy of the land, because we are all one. And reigniting that passion and that spark, and it's accessible to all of us. And so when we come to these sacred sites, we can expand and open ourselves up to receive the frequencies, the new frequencies that are coming through now, because there's a lot, right? There's a lot.
It's constantly streaming, isn't it?
And so it's when, with the earth, with the cosmos, the human beings in the middle, just transmitting it all, you know, it's just epic. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's such a blessing. And we said initially it was going to be a year, didn't we? We didn't really know where it was going to go.
No.
But it was a year last month. And so it was at that point that it was, we're not going to stop this. And it was, we got all these downloads where we should build a community so that we can invite other people with the energy of the land and share that energy, share what they experience, because wherever you're at on an individual level is what everybody's going to experience it differently when they come to a sacred site. Yes, it's where you're at vibrationally, right? You know, and so we keep expanding through this, and so the downloads to build this beautiful community of like-minded souls that we can all gather at next summer is our vision of what we want to bring. So getting everybody to share their experiences, I think keeping it alive, because we all know these sacred sites exist, but it's the energy, you know, getting into that energy and feeling it and celebrating it and being part of it is absolutely magic. And so I'm blessed. We're blessed. I'm grateful for you too.
Likewise.
Yeah.
And what's been your favourite stone circle?
I think I loved the first one we ever did in Wales, because the drive up there, I nearly drove off the edge of a cliff. I could get there, we thought we were going through people's gardens. I didn't think I was getting up the hill, I had to shovel loads of leaves, my van was skidding, I thought my engine's going to blow up. Then we get there and we're in the middle of nowhere, it's like, how are we going to even find it? Callie's got a crystal boa.
Rennie almost tumbling down the hill.
We've got a pint of cacao, we've got all this
crystals
stuff we were carrying, oh my God.
What a mission.
What a mission, but we found it, and when we got it, it was just so ancient, and there was such an ancientness. It was just a journey getting there, like we were getting tested, like, okay, come on, let's see what you've got.
I think it took about a good 4 or 5 hours for us to get up that hill
to get up
and
there.
find it.
Yeah, and then it was freezing, we were there for 7 hours, but the timeline, it felt like 2 minutes.
It did.
And the clouds.
And I got I touched one of the stones there, and I got a big punch in my sacral chakra, like, and I'm like, oof, what is that? And it was 10 days it put me out, that one. I felt like I was in an ayahuasca ceremony for 10 days after that, just purging all of it, past lives, visions, everything. It was intense.
Whoa.
I thought, I hope they get easier than this. I haven't got the time to take 10 days out after each one. They did, thankfully, they did get easier, but I think that was that holds a special place in my heart.
What about the most difficult obstacles and challenge?
I'd say again, it was Wales again. Yeah, the 10 days after was brutal. The journey up there was pretty brutal. Yeah, I think Wales for me, it was a good kick-off for me all round. I'm not the same person now to what we was when we started this. No way.
No.
Sorry, I got a bit of snot.
Get the snot out. No, ever cut the snot out. Just let it flow. What about you, Talia?
Oh my
What's
gosh.
been your favourite stone circle?
I think mine's been Avesbury.
Yeah.
Purely because I've had so much resistance, especially working off the ground.
Yeah.
And so I just really surrendering and actually allowing Chris to help me and me not constantly being stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I was able to go in and see what was sort of rewiring in my system or what needed to break through. I mean, I'm still kind of experiencing it now, really. I've been saying this for a while. I feel like Avesbury from August has still been quite a knock effect on me.
Yeah.
And I would actually put that down to being my favourite stone circle, because I really felt myself become more centred and being able to process thoughts and being more conscious of my actions and where I'm putting my energy. And so it really broke my biggest blocks, I think.
Wow. Right at this headstone.
Yeah. I will say though, I have enjoyed every single time we've met up, because it's like we get together and we're like, what's happened? And we've all gone through a process and we've brought it together and we've puzzled it little bits for each other and we've supported each other on the journey. And sometimes being on this journey can be quite lonely until you find your tribe.
Yeah. Well, we've found that, haven't we?
Exactly. And so, you know, having that and feeling supported in the journey, whether you are going through quite a low or you're going through a high, no matter what, there's no judgment and there's support, and everything's just constantly in flow, and it takes you away from this other reality, and it's like, right, it brings you into another reality where it's like, wow, we could actually fully align into this.
Yeah.
Just had to keep going from that, and that's why I believe as well we won't stop doing this, because we're breaking down so many layers we see currently, and by the time we get to the next stage, it's like, wow, look how far we've come, look what's happened. You don't think you never thought you could reach that next level, and you do. So for me, you know, I honour every single month that we've got together, but Avesbury has been my biggest breakthrough. My fears and my issues.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so, the most insights for you?
I think growing up, feeling very connected to the other dimensions and not feeling like I've gone completely bonkers.
Yeah.
So being able to integrate that into this reality and knowing that there isn't a separation, it is one, and that's allowed me to become whole with myself as well, and knowing that external doesn't mean anything as long as it feels right inside.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Yeah. And energetically, how do you feel of all the sacred sites that we've been to? When, you know, this is your favourite one because this has brought you the breakthrough and everything else, but when you're feeling the energy, what is it that you're actually feeling?
I feel it on a timeline level. So I'm seeing potent events of ancestors on the land, the spirits on the land, the trees, how long they've been here. And when we're connecting to the stones, they tell their little stories to us. And it's getting to know beyond the physical that they are, just because they're solids, doesn't mean that they don't hold a spirit, doesn't mean they haven't got a consciousness and they don't absorb the same way as us, because although we might biologically look different, we still have the same connection, we're still part of the same creation.
It's all just energy.
Yeah, exactly. We're all a part of one, and that brings us back to the heart space when we do connect to the land and everything here. So yeah, that's what I feel energetically. It's everything coming back to one.
Yeah, the unity of it.
Yeah.
And that's why the circles are nice, isn't it? Because it is that representation of the unity, of the oneness.
There's no end and no beginning.
Yeah. We are
A circle within a circle with no beginning and ever